Father in heaven, thank you for the sunshine and the warm weather. We're right here now on Bible Hill, and it's what day today?
It's the last day of the feast
Of Pesach.
2020.
And we're sitting right here in the chirpy surrounding of this beautiful place, Bible Hill. It's in the midst of the city, and it's like, I've enjoyed this place so much here. You've got the barley here ripening, and we plucked the barley right from here. You can see Mount of Olives right over there, Mount Zion over there, the city gate, the Jaffa Gate, the beautiful gate over there. Thank you, Father, for gathering us here on that very special day of yours. It's a holy gathering today.
Holy Convocation.
Hallelujah. So thank you, Father, and let us really just listen. Take whatever you have to say to us, and take that to heart, and have like prepared hearts, prepared ways in our hearts, like we read it this morning. Have you got a phone with you? Like, I think it was Psalm 84.
I can look it up.
Maybe you can just read that real quick, because it's like it spoke out of my heart.
Psalm 84. My soul longeth, yea, even fainteth for the courts of Jehovah. My heart and my flesh crieth out for the living God. Yea, the sparrow hath found a house, and the swallow a nest for herself, where she may lay her young, even thy altars, O Jehovah of hosts, my King and my God. Blessed are they that dwell in thy house. They will be still praising thee, Selah. Blessed is the man whose strength is in thee, in whose heart are the ways of them who, passing through the valley of Baca, make it a well. The rain also filleth the pools. We're getting extremely amount of rain now, too.
Yeah,
it's amazing. They go from strength to strength. Every one of them in Zion appeareth before God. O Jehovah, God of hosts, hear my prayer. Give ear, O God of Jacob, Selah. Behold, O God, our shield, and look upon the face of thy anointed. For a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. For Jehovah God is a sun and shield, and Jehovah will give grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. O Jehovah of hosts, blessed is the man that trusteth in thee. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, better is a day in your courts than 1,000 elsewhere, and we're longing. And we're feeling this longing also of our brothers and sisters that had already booked their tickets. They had plans to come. And
flights were canceled.
So really, I expect that, this causes so much more longing to be here next year.
Well, actually, I'm praying that the virus is going to subside at the end of the month. They'll open up the planes, and as 2 Chronicles 30 states, there's a second chance. Amen. There's a second chance to come to Jerusalem for Pesach, or have the Pesach wherever you're at. But it's important just to have Pesach. And you have that chance. And what's remarkable is, it's the only feast that we're allowed a second chance.
Yes.
So that's my prayer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even for that very special year when the abomination of desolation will occur, I see that there is also this chance of a second Passover, like it always is, and we have this 1,290 days that Daniel was prophesying about, and we have this 30-day discrepancy, and then 1,260 that are mentioned in Revelation 2 times. So it's like that makes room for the second Passover. To even if you haven't been able to come for the first one and haven't been able to flee, on eagle's wings, Father can bring you to that safe place and you can, if you're ready to keep the second Pesach, and you can still be under his shadow. Anyways, wow. So, what was that you started to talk about earlier about this guy from India that had this?
It was a video that was posted or sent in an email yesterday, and basically he was confirming the thought that it seems like this time is a time of preparation, and we should take that time to be able to focus on him, not sit on the couch, watching TV or playing video games, and we should be exercising, getting out into God's beautiful creation, praying outside, eating well, start a garden, do some productive things.
Yes.
So it seems like this theme of preparation I've seen in the last month and a half that I've been here. It's like an ongoing theme that I experienced, because I was up north before I came here to Jerusalem for about 3 weeks, and even with the group that I was with up there, all of this stuff started happening about a week after I got there, because I flew in one March, and about after the first week, going into the second week, is when everything kind of blew up, and I think everybody was on the same consensus that we're being prepared for something. This is a preparation time. We need to, and even now that I've been in Jerusalem for 20 something days, waiting for Pesach, because I felt I needed to be here. If I was going to be in Israel, even with everything that was going on, people were telling me, "You got go home, get on a flight, go." Well, no, I think He wants me here now.
Yes.
And that's why I'm here.
And it was such a confirmation when we talked on the phone. What was that, like a month before you came?
A month before we came.
And you said you would come to Israel, and you said you would be north. And
come to find out, it's right where you were living.
It's right the same place. And then we couldn't see each other during that time because we were in quarantine, because my wife had just come back from abroad, and we couldn't meet each other. And then just the day that we left, for the day that you planned to leave for Jerusalem.
It was the same day you left. Don't forget what you told me about the lights, the electricity.
Yeah, that was what Father used. It's like the lights went out. It was like, it was not to be fixed. The fuses was not a problem with the fuse. It was just like the whole house was kind of completely out of electricity.
And then it was when you told me that.
Yes.
What I thought was the first Exodus wasn't darkness, was the last one right before the last plague.
You're right.
And I'm like, oh my gosh.
And
that's His hand. It's just amazing.
At this point, I didn't even see it. It's like, I did not see that. It's like, I only understood that He put the lights out, and He wanted us to be in the light and not in darkness, so He wanted us to move.
Yeah.
So that was...
And and leading into what you just said right there about the light, something that He was telling me yesterday, I was contemplating something that I was writing out for somebody. And while I was writing it, the song came over my playlist on my music about threading the light, be the light, praise the light. All of these, he kept naming all these things,
And He wanted us to not be in darkness, but in light.
Amazing.
Which brings me to Thessalonians, where it says, "You're not of the darkness, sons of darkness, but of the light, so that the day will not overtake you as like a thief. The day that of His coming will not overtake you as a thief." Abba knows, and He wants His servants to know too.
Right.
He wants us to be prepared.
Joseph was prepared.
That's why he's putting us in this preparation mode.
Exactly.
Even though we're not, like you just mentioned that just earlier, we don't know where we're going from here. I mean, like personally, we like overall, we've got an understanding that
Right.
after Pesach,
Uh-huh.
it was like leaving Egypt.
Right.
It's like leaving the homes, leaving this foreign place that we used to call home.
Right.
And it was, and even they were not just released; they were pushed out like with a birth pang. They were pushed out like the baby's being pushed out.
And I kind of feel that happened to me from the U.S. Because I kind of felt like, I may not be coming back.
Where he's moving us. He's really, we don't know what
We need to wait. We need to keep our eyes on the ark. That was another theme we had up north. Was we've never gone this way before. Keep your eyes on the ark, and that's the way we're going to go. So that's the same theme right now.
And even here,
ark.
in this city, good friends of ours that we met here in 2010, I guess. They said, don't. What do they call it? Jaywalk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't jaywalk.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've always walked, if the light was red or if it was green, I don't care, this is for the little kids, That's not for me,
Mm-hmm.
And since I have children and we're called to be a good example, I have, changed. But there's something else that they said, like if you walk a red light, you're giving the chance to the enemy to accuse you. To accuse the brethren. Plus, if we walk those red lights, maybe Father wants us to be in that place across the street at a special time to meet a special person, to meet a special blessing.
Good point. Like what happened to us a couple of days ago with
Exactly.
running into Jose.
Exactly. So if we're taking shortcuts, or running, walking red lights, we might miss all the blessing that Father's prepared for us. So now we wanted to move away after the end of Pesach back to Sikron, even though we don't know. But like now he's put this lockdown on the city, and we don't even know if it's gonna be lifted tomorrow or not. So we don't want to walk that red light because he might want to bless us in a different place or in a different timing.
Good point.
And plus we can't be accused by the accuser of the brethren, and he's got these things that he wants to bless us with, and so he's using the authorities, I believe, to guide us also through this. And there's something else I wanted to say about that, but it just slipped my mind. But yeah, he's definitely using the pharaohs of today to guide their hearts, to release us or to chase us
Or imprison us.
Yes, and all these things that he puts in place to help us.
And also divide us. Divide us.
Yes.
There's a lot of division. With not being able to come together.
But he wants us to arrive at the blessing, and he wants us to receive all the blessing that he's prepared for us, and be the blessing that he wants us to be for each other, for the world, for his kingdom, for his glory.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, should he not have given everything with Yeshua that he gave in this city? He was born right over there in Bethlehem. It's like, if we could walk there.
Yeah, it's not far.
If it was not the lockdown. Not for the lockdown. But yeah, and then he was crucified, and he rose again in that city, and he was raised to heaven, and he's going to come down and step down, and the mountain's going to split, and the water's going to go forth from here to the Mediterranean and to the Dead Sea, and it's going to be lush and alive again, and the leaves of the trees along the river will be the healing for the nations.
Amen.
So it's all from here, and this is like so amazing how Father's inviting us. And Yeshua said, like, how many times did I want to gather you here, but he didn't want to. And I can see this change now in the hearts, how he's doing this.